Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Corsace Closed 2023. This is going to be the match between mrekk and Chicony. My name is Chicony, and joining me today is iFlame. iFlame, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Got to see a great match between Kriller and Rimmer earlier, and now we've got mrekk and Chicony. Let's get into talking about these players. No reason to wait. Why don't you talk to us about mrekk here?
Like mrekk, kind of obvious, like the super skilled aim player, but obviously a very good all rounder as well. I mean, tournament winner, obviously Corsace Open champion. I really don't doubt that he's gonna find a lot of an easier time against Chicony here. Chicony, kind of a bit of an underdog in this matchup. We've seen him perform really well before, but his skill sets just kind of lack in comparison to mrekk, especially in the area of like aim and tech. It just isn't quite the same.
Yeah, and on the side of Chicony, he's been looking very good on in DT especially, but the other skill sets have kind of been lacking so far in the tournament. Did get a nice upset win over Enri, but as good as mrekk is at DT, I actually would like to see him ban out two of the DT picks here. I mean, you look at Chicony, rank 10, in qualifiers, it was first place on DT1, third place on DT2, so qualifier ranking was pretty hard carried by the DT stats. And you look at the match versus Enri, 3 of those points came in the DT1, DT2, and DT3, winning all 3 of those. And so, as good as mrekk is on the DT, I just want to see mrekk ban out the comfort picks for Chicony in those DT options, especially when mrekk is much more comfortable with those hidden and hard rock options.
Of course, I think banning DT is the right path for mrekk here. As you said, Chicony's been playing really well on DT. Even if mrekk is feeling super good on DT today, I don't think playing DT against Chicony is the right choice. Maybe just leave DT1 open and pray. You can just win the aim game there.
Yeah, of course, you do only have 2 bans, so you kind of just have to pick your favorite DT, leave that one open, hope for the best. But there is the No Mod 5 as well, which is 260 BPM, but it's a lot of shorter bursts, and so I have a feeling both mrekk and Chicony are going to feel pretty comfortable in a pick like that.
For sure.
Now, as we're waiting to get into the lobby, right after this match, we are going to have a full circle episode where we will be talking about and doing predictions for 3WC and Corsace Closed, followed by a player interview with Kriller. So if you guys do want to hear from Kriller or just hear us talk about the tournament, make sure to stick around after the match.
Yeah, that will be exciting. Obviously, after the Kriller's performance today, I really want to see what he has to say about that match in round of 16. I'm very excited for that interview personally.
Looking forward to it. Players should be getting into the lobby any moment now. What are we thinking as potential bans for Chicony here?
If I were Chicony, going purely off the stats, I'd get rid of reading and tech.
Yeah, the reading is interesting because mrekk is not really much of a reading player, but Chicony is even less of a reading player, so you might be on the right track with those bans.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen mrekk perform well on high-level reading before. One of my favorites to talk about is Corsace Open 2022, taking a breakpoint on Grand Finals Hidden 2 as Badu broke and mrekk just didn't. He absolutely has the potential to perform on a pick like that.
I feel like, because mrekk is not really known for his kind of gimmick or low AR abilities, I do think if Chicony has really taken the time to grind those out and really practice the picks, there's a small chance we could see him try to take a point off of mrekk on something like the No Mod 6 or the 2, but realistically, pretty unlikely.
I'll have to agree with you there. And we'll see in just a moment.
Now, the winner of this match will go on to face Kriller, so that will be a pretty tough one, either way. And the loser is going to be dropping to play the winner of Karcher and Demonical. Demonical, a player who looked especially impressive in his first match, dropping to Whitecat 6-4. I think a much better scoreline than most people expected. And Karcher, of course, who is an absolute tournament beast. So scary matches ahead for both of these players.
That said, it really does depend with Karcher. We've been seeing he's been having problems with frame drops that affected him in his last match. And so, hoping maybe Karcher's problems get resolved so that he can be a bit of a scary match.
You have to hope so. I mean, I feel like the frame drops have been evident throughout. Karcher is so well known for his no mod 2 performances, especially. You almost never see Karcher miss on the no mod 2s, even on some of the harder ones. But over the past 2 weeks, he hasn't been putting up the same scores that you would normally expect to see out of Karcher. And so, to be honest, I think if Karcher can get those frame drop issues resolved, that losers bracket gets 10 times scarier.
For sure. Both players are finally in the lobby, so we can get to the pick and ban phase.
I do think outside of the DT picks, it does become a lot harder for Chicony to find a strong pick into mrekk, because mrekk is just so well-rounded, like you mentioned at the start of this match, that he really can play most of the things. We're going to see the DT2 ban out of mrekk. I do expect to see that followed up with another DT ban later on. And this is where chances are we are going to see the Hidden 2 and the No Mod 6 banned out by Chicony. We do have a moment to wait and see.
That we do. mrekk kind of has freedom. The DT2 is like the major ban you need against Chicony. DT1 and DT3 can be a little more contested. Even if I'm mrekk, I'm still banning DT3 here, but he kind of has freedom all across the board for a second ban. And we do see a Hidden 2 ban from Chicony.
Okay, and there's actually the No Mod 6 ban from mrekk, so this is interesting. This is a very rating-heavy No Mod 6. There are a lot of overlapping patterns, less focus on the finger control than you might see in a No Mod 6. And so mrekk doesn't want to risk Chicony having taken the time to really grind out the No Mod 6, and so is going to ban that out, and that's going to leave an extra DT open for Chicony. Which means now Chicony is looking at realistically the DT1, the DT3, and the No Mod 5 as good pick options early on here.
That's a bit of a confusing No Mod 6 ban. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I don't remember Chicony finding particularly good scores on it, and there's a Hard Rock 2 ban from Chicony. Curious what mrekk's thought process is there.
Yeah, No Mod 6 is a very practice-oriented map. It is the kind of map where, as good as you might be, if you have not really practiced the map versus somebody who has taken the time to grind out the map, it's very easy to lose the point. And so mrekk probably just has not taken the time to really grind out the map. And so we see that banned out, and it is going to be the DT1 pick for Chicony here, pretty much as expected. Now, what's nice about this No Mod 6 ban for mrekk is that it opens up Chicony to kind of pick the weakest map remaining and ban that out instead of having to ban out the other rating pick. And so HR2 is going to be banned out instead.
And now we're going to get into the first map here. Tsubasa Publisher Line DT1, Chicony's first pick. To be your fast aim.
Yeah, mrekk, of course, though, is very well known for his DT abilities as well. So as good as Chicony has been on the DT, this one could very easily go in either direction.
For sure. Now, both players so far are SSing. Not giving up the fight quite yet. We're about to get into the first KI, though.
Yeah, this is a very standard DT1, so it is going to be relatively comfortable for both players. It is AR 10.5, which is a little bit unusual, but shouldn't pose a problem for either Chicony or mrekk. And neither one drops early on as we get into the first chorus here.
Yeah, a little banjo freeze, but still. quite even. There's Chicony finding some act drops though, and that's going to matter. mrek's going to take it away, but he finds some act drops of his own, and we're back to even.
Yeah, this is a nice long map as well, so with how close the accuracies are, they realistically aren't going to be a big factor in this match unless we see a massive accuracy drop out of nowhere, and it's not something you'd expect for either of these players.
Yeah, I'm wondering, when's a break going to come through? Because the break's going to be the major defining factor of this DT1 here. We're about to get into the second TI. I don't get dropped yet.
I think your stunts are starting to get trickier, and this is the halfway point in the map now. This is the absolute worst place you could drop on Score v2. And the combos are so massive now. Both players at 700 combo means if either one drops, the advanced score lead is going to go over so quickly to the other player. And so you really cannot afford an untraded miss at this point in the map. Okay, there goes Chicony. That's huge. mrekk is going to be off to a huge advantage. Look how quickly the score lead goes back over. This is a very tough section, but mrekk does not miss. There goes the mrekk as well. And Chicony's chances are alive. We still have a quarter of the map to go.
Alright, mrekk does have about a 30k lead over Chicony. He's going to be able to exert that. We'll see if Chicony has the combo, has the accuracy to take it back. You do see quite a significant act lead. There's another break from mrekk, and now it's really going to start going back over to Chicony's side.
Yeah, this is a long enough map. Chicony should have more than enough time, but Chicony needs to hold on to this 200 combo lead. The score is going back over very slowly. It should flip back over within the next 5 seconds. But if Chicony misses, it can go very quickly back in mrekk's favor. And mrekk has found another miss. Going to be helping Chicony out. And if Chicony can just hold on a little bit longer, it will be his point.
mrekk finding consistent inconsistency here right at the second half of the map. We saw him look so good through the guitar solo section, breaking on the end, and then just unable to find his footing, giving it back to Chicony. Chicony is going to take our first point, but from a bit of a scary place.
Yeah, and Chicony putting up a very impressive score in the end here, nearly 800k. And this is why Chicony has been so good on these DT picks, has not dropped a DT map so far in this tournament, and is going to keep the streak going.
All right, we'll see what mrekk responds with. He's got a lot on the table here. I'm expecting maybe something techie against Chicony. And yeah, it's going to be no mod 4.
Yep. Good call out there. This is an interesting map. It is very slider intensive. And this is kind of divided up into 3 sections. You've got a pretty tricky slider tech section. The middle has a little bit more of an aim control test. And we did actually see Rimuru get caught out specifically by that aim control section early on. So have to see if that makes a difference here. And then into the ending, you get another very difficult slider tech section.
Yeah, this one a bit of an aim challenge as well. A lot of players start to get a little uncomfortable when you see a lot of stuff in the corners, and this map is constantly just in all 4 corners having, huge fast sliders that you have to track. I don't know how much that's going to come into play, but it is something to keep in mind is the amount of going between the corners of the map super fast, like the very edges of the screen.
Yeah, and this is the kind of map that it's very easy if you're not comfortable to drop a lot of accuracy, drop a lot of slider ends. And on a map like this, that can very easily make the difference if the combos are comparable. It's not uncommon on these really tricky tech picks to see, 3-4% accuracy differences.
Yeah, and you're already seeing it. mrekk holding an SS through the intro, Chicony dropping down in the 94s. Accuracy is going to come into play.
But no players dropping early on. Okay, I take it back. Chicony finds an early miss.
Could be big at the break. He sees that mrekk still left sitting, and he just found another break right there. mrekk with a huge early advantage on this map. It's a little easy for a while as well, meaning that mrek's just getting a chance to build off combo.
Yeah, mrekk could find a miss on the aim control section though. And that would allow Chicony a window back into this, but even then, the accuracy difference is so massive right now. This is the 4% accuracy difference that I was talking about. It really highlights both players' comfort levels on this pick, and mrekk has no problem with the aim control section into the ending slider tech patterns, and mrekk is still holding the full combo with a 98 accuracy.
Chicony finding another break as well. This is just the mrekk show on the Snowmod 4. A perfect first pick, finally finding a break, but it doesn't matter. mrekk's done his job. 480k. That is going to be an easy first point for mrekk.
Yeah, it's going to be a drop into the ending for mrekk, so it is not going to be a full combo, but the score is more than enough. It's still going to be a very impressive performance from mrekk regardless, and this match is going to be all tied up 1-1.
There we go. mrekk just looks so comfortable on this map. You can see why he first picked it. Especially seeing Chicony finding that early break was so huge. mrekk's comfort level was just next level on that one miss on the Snowmod 4. Such a good tech player right there. Both players are 1-1. It is Chicony's pick next.
Yep, I think at this point it has to be either the Nomad 5 or the DT3 for Chicony. I'm not 100% sure which order he'll want to do those in, but I'm sure both of those are going to be the next two picks, and it is going to be the DT3, so this is going to be your alt-focused DT map. Aim requirement is pretty tricky on this one.
Yeah, this one, usually the kind of stuff that you see pooled in like DT4 and other tournaments, that really kind of weird DT pick. But here we actually pull it in DT3. We kind of sacrifice a speed slot for that. This is going to be the only other DT pick that Chicony can pick, though.
Yeah, with that DT2 banned out, is going to have to switch up the pick strategy after this, but it's kind of exactly how we expected this one to go. And we have seen, though, mrekk put up a very impressive performance on the DT1, so we know Chicony has to put up a strong score in order to take this one over mrekk as good as he is. mrekk has already found an early miss, so it's going to be an advantage over to Chicony early on. Accuracy is going to be even, and so should be relatively stable as we get into this match.
Yeah, the problem is going to be those doubles, and mrekk breaking on it again, just leaving the double too early to ult the rest. Another break is going to give Chicony such a huge combo advantage right there.
Especially when you take into consideration how short this map is. 350 combo is more than enough to very quickly push this to a 200,000 point lead. It's already at 100,000, and it's just going to keep growing. And realistically, Chicony is going to need to break within the next 30 seconds of the map if mrekk wants any chance of coming back here. mrekk does have a little bit of recovery combo, and there goes Chicony, so now mrekk has a chance back into it. The score is going to start back over really slowly, and Chicony is missed at the absolute worst point in this map, so mrekk has time to come back if he can hold on to the combo.
This is a bit of a switch up though, something more controlling with the aim. See if mrekk gets caught out. So far, not really. That score lead is closing just a little bit.
Yeah, and it's going to go back over any second now. mrekk is having no problems whatsoever with this aim section. If Chicony finds a miss now, it's going to be over in an instant. And this might just be a point for mrekk. Needs to find a miss in the ending. Drops the 50. There's a miss from mrekk. Chicony has time to bring it back.
Break right there is going to seal it. Chicony finding a chain miss. Almost taking it back, but it is going to be mrekk's first break point of the match.
That is devastating for Chicony. Just needed to hold on for another 50 combo and would have had it, but unable to do so. Finally drops a DT pick in this tournament against mrekk, who is, of course, so good at DT. And now mrekk is going to look to put this to a 2-point lead.
Alright, the question is, where does mrekk go next after a Nomad 4 and DT3 win? Where's kind of his next opportunity to beat out Chicony? And I think I'm hearing Hard Rock 3.
Hard Rock 3 would be very interesting. It would be more of that kind of aim control focus pick, and this one's interesting. It is a little bit more kind of aim control focused, of course, with the small CS. And there is one very kind of long aim control stream right in the middle that is very, very easy to find a miss on.
That and the smallest bit of rhythm control. This is a swing song, which a lot of players just aren't used to playing as much.
going to be a very short map as well, so watch out for the early misses. This early section is full of doubles, pretty much as far as the eye can see now. Compared to the end of this map, this is a very easy beginning. It just gets harder and harder as the map goes on, so any early misses are going to be pretty disastrous as it's so much harder to make up that score lead into the ending here.
But both players holding on so far. The accuracy is in Chicony's favor, giving him a massive advantage, but with a double FC, a break could change everything.
Yep. And we should be very shortly now getting into the longer stream. Could we see a miss on this? There's so many back and forth, so many cuts, and the spacing changes are so difficult. Both players holding on so far. There goes Chicony. That's a big miss. mrekk has such a massive advantage now. 600 combo and manages to hold on through the entire stream. Now this is a very tricky ending, but it might just be too late for Chicony.
I'm thinking so. mrekk holding on so well. And approaching 800 combo. Chicony needs mrekk to find a break to make it back here.
Yeah, but mrekk is looking so good on this pick. And surely we're not going to see a Hard Rock 3 full combo.
Surely not.
Surely
There's not that much hard left in the map, right?
No, that's pretty much it. That's kind of the entire map.
I know there's like a little bit of difficulty at the end, but I think this might be an mrekk FC. I don't want to jinx it.
We say nothing into the ending. He gets it. What a play.
Very, very good stuff from mrekk. Great second pick, consolidating the break point. We are 3-1 now in favor of mrekk.
Yeah, I think that's very likely a top score tournament-wide for mrekk. So you can't even fault Chicony on that one. Honestly, 500k is a really solid score on this map, but against an FC, what can you do?
Yeah, exactly that. Can't blame him. So where we go next with it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the Nomad 5. It's the last speed pick in the pool remaining for Chicony. We did see that DT2 first banned by mrekk, and so I do think I would slightly favor Chicony on this one. Is so good at these speed picks, and this one can be fairly stamina intensive as well. It is a 3-minute long pick, and it doesn't have many of the longer bursts. It has a ton of 5-note bursts, and to me, switching between hitting those bursts and, hitting the notes in between can be really stamina intensive at 260 BPM as opposed to some of the longer streams that you can just mash your way through. You have to be really on point with this one. Now we should see both of these players get off to a fairly strong start. Map doesn't get too difficult, is fairly consistent as well, but it's going to be later on in the map as we see the stamina start to run out that we're going to see more breaks, but Chicony has actually found an early mess, and so it's going to be advantage mrekk.
Yeah, Chicony breaking twice. That's a detriment to both your accuracy and your combo, and look at mrekk. He does not carry, he's still in 99% accuracies. A little scary for Chicony, but mrekk does find a break right there. Gonna give Chicony a window to come back in.
Yeah, it looks like mrekk actually just misaimed that burst. We're not seeing either players have really any issues with the speed so far. Look at the accuracy on both sides, but Chicony has traded the miss back now, and so mrekk is going to be able to hold on to this 20,000 point lead.
Yeah, now this is a bit of a longer one. 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Combo lead by about 100 that mrekk has isn't going to be such a huge deal because a break could pretty easily turn it over, and a break is really likely on something this long, but Chicony finding a miss right there, not inspiring much confidence. mrekk is going to get a bigger lead, and he's going to start to take it away.
Yeah, mrekk has dropped a little bit of accuracy as well, so those are going to be pretty even now, but if Chicony isn't able to build up any strong combo, then mrekk is just going to run away with this one. already mrekk approaching 700 combo now. The score lead is up to 40,000 points, and mrekk is going to need to find a miss pretty soon. There is still half of the map to go, so Chicony has plenty of time, but time is going to quickly start running out once we get past the halfway mark.
For sure, and at the break, both players know what's going on. They know that mrekk has such a huge combo advantage, but if mrekk does find a break at this halfway mark, it could be a game changer. It could give Chicony the chance to get this No Mod 5 secured.
Yeah, and this ending is a little bit trickier than the first half of the map, so that means it's going to be a little bit easier for both players to find misses. So far, it has been Chicony finding the majority of the misses, but mrekk could find one shortly. Does drop some hundreds, and there goes Chicony. I think that's just going to be it.
I think Chicony died a little on the finger control, finding that break. mrekk doesn't trade it out. Chicony finds another break as well. And mrekk game here, looking to secure his second breakpoint of the match. Here, Chicony, I can't blame you if you're feeling a little bit of fear against this monster in mrekk. 1,300 combo and climbing.
Yeah, mrekk has looked so good after that early miss, and okay, there's a massive drop out of Chicony. There goes the accuracy. mrekk somehow holds on through that pattern.
mrekk knew what he had to do. Heading towards 600k. I don't want to say it's a mispick from Chicony. I think it was the right pick. The problem is just the mrekk factor, right? He's just so damn good.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's really no other picks. There's no way, as Chicony, you aren't picking DT1, DT3, and No Mod 5. But the problem is, mrekk is also an incredibly good DT player. mrekk is very fast. And so when your strongest skill set by far also plays into one of your opponent's best skill sets, it makes each map a coin flip, and it means you have to put up a really good score to get the point. And this time around, it's mrekk putting up a second strong score, 700k on the No Mod 5, now has the pick as well.
Yeah, 400k advantage over Chicony. Two Chiconys couldn't have turned that score over. That's just how dominant mrekk was on that, just finding one singular miss. Compared to Chicony's 9 misses and a lot of slider breaks and a lot of sort of accuracy, unsureness. And I believe I hear Hidden 3 as mrekk's next pick.
Yeah, this is the next kind of very obvious pick for mrekk. This is going to be the other tech-heavy map in the pool. While it is a little bit easier on the sliders than the No Mod 4, definitely should be mrekk favored. And this one is going to have a lot more focus on the aim control, which mrekk has shown to have no problems with so far in this match.
Of course, the flow aim hidden, something that mrekk has proven himself time and time again so good at. I doubt that the aim control will really be an issue for mrekk here. I am worried for Chicony. He really needs a breakpoint soon. mrekk gets this. He's up at match point. Chicony finding a chain miss on the stream, though. That's not going to inspire much confidence. Losing so much act, losing so much score, and of course, losing all the combo in the world that he needed. Look at mrekk taking it away, already crossing the 100k line.
The accuracy from mrekk early on, so impressive. And what's scary for Chicony is this map is filled with those kind of really tricky aim control streams, and Chicony finds a miss on the second one, and mrekk has traded the miss back, so Chicony has a window back into this match, but Chicony needs to build up some combo, has to stop finding the misses on these stream patterns. Okay, and that is a massive drop.
He just is. Meanwhile, mrekk isn't, like, he's just not missing on those streams. Chicony, this is not the map for him here. Consistently finding chain misses on all of these streams. And we're about to get into the most flow-in heavy section of the map.
Yeah, Chicony can't afford another miss, and there is the miss from Chicony. I think that's going to be it. Unfortunately for Chicony, this is never really a pick you expected to win. Really had to win his own picks in the DTs and the No Mod 5s, because mrekk is just so good at these tech picks. Yes, mrekk does find the miss, but that is a 250,000 score difference. This is just a decisive point for mrekk, and he's going to be on match point now.
Yeah, unfortunately, just nothing Chicony could do. Chicony finally building up some combo at the end, but it is just too little too late. mrekk looked so good on this Hidden 3, 500k. Match point. What
does
Chicony did hit the last stream. That was pretty cool.
There you go. He can take some solace in the final stream of the map. And I mean, does have the pick now, but what do you pick at this point? The 3 picks for Chicony were, the DTs and the No Mod 5. What's next?
I really don't know. He doesn't really have much option in the way of fast map. I'm worried for him because I just don't know anything safe you can go against mrekk here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point, you kind of just have to pick the leftover map that you can get the highest score on and hope mrekk chokes on it, finds a random miss somewhere. No Mod 2 does make a lot of sense. This is, though, another very aim control focused stream pick. It's not super stamina intensive, and we saw Chicony really struggle with those aim control patterns on the Hidden 3. Now, it is going to be a little bit easier for Chicony without the Hidden mod, but mrekk also very capable stream player.
We'll see. This is a bit of a risky pick, but at this point for Chicony, everything is he has to take this, and then he has to take a break point after that, and then he has to take another pick of his own, and then he has to take a final break point just to guarantee a tiebreaker. This is a desperate situation for Chicony.
Exactly. Like you say, the No Mod 2 is risky, but it's kind of the best option out of a host of bad options. So Chicony is going to try and make do with what's left over. Both players nailing the streams early on, but this is the kind of map that does get a little bit harder as it goes on. Accuracy looking good from Chicony at the start here.
Nobody really getting caught up by that weird wiggle pattern. Just gonna keep going.
Well, mrekk finds a big accuracy drop, so that's going to be about a 15,000 advantage over to Chicony, but this one is going to really come down to who finds the first miss. Now it's Chicony who finds a bunch of 50s, but oh, Chicony has dropped as well. I think that was a slider break.
There was a slider break in there. mrekk now has combo advantage. He's going to hold it. Here come the big streams. Let's see if mrekk finds a break. So far, he's not doing it. His flow is looking so good, but there's a miss right there. It is not over.
Chicony has plenty of time to bring this one back. These streams are so tricky into the ending, though. Chicony has to put up a monstrous performance into the end here if he wants to make the comeback. The score lead is going back over, but it's so slow.
It was aided by his accuracy, but finding a couple 100s right there. Doesn't have that accolade to give him the score easy anymore. Nobody getting caught up by the huge flow. Nobody getting caught up by the wiggle. Ever so slowly heading to Chicony, but he needs to hold. This is the moment that he needs right here. Quarter of the map left. He needs all of this. He needs an mrekk break. He needs to hold. There's an mrekk break right there. A chain miss. That's going to solidify for Chicony. Wildly going in his corner. 700 combo and climbing almost 800 combo right there. Chicony taking it away, guaranteeing himself a little bit of safety, I do think.
Yeah, that's going to be it. It's a 50,000 point lead, and mrekk is out of time in this match, finding the drop at the end. Chicony put up the monstrous performance that he needed, and is going to be able to hold on for a little bit longer.
I was a little worried for Chicony at the start of this pick. It seems I shouldn't have been over 1,000 combo. 600k. Chicony is back in the game. We are 5-2. It's mrekk's next pick, but I believe in the Chicony momentum at this point.
Yeah, problem for Chicony is now mrekk has so many options left. I think, we could see either the Hidden 1, the Hard Rock 1, both strong options for mrekk.
It really was just that one slider break for Chicony. An S rank, no misses compared to mrekk's 8. So big for him. See where mrekk goes next. He has a lot of options here. We could see him go back into Hidden. We saw Chicony had a lot of struggle with the flame on specifically Hidden rather than No Mod. So, and there it is right there. Hidden 1, Melt Crown on Sonetica.
Yep, pretty much the expected pick for mrekk. This one is going to be, your borderline alt map, although this is the kind of map that Ada is going to be single tappable for a decent amount of players, so We might very well see one or both of them single tapping, considering how good they are at DT. But this is going to be, of course, your aim-focused HD pick.
Yeah, this is going to be your kind of Mirage, Delis, Inspo, awkward aim pick with hidden. It's super fast, too. I believe this was 255 BPM.
Yep.
And yeah, both players are single tapping, I think. No, just mrekk, okay.
It's going to be a pretty long map at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, so early accuracy drops should stabilize over the course of the map, and early misses aren't going to matter too much. We see one from Chicony there, but it's going to be okay as long as he can recover. And I think the recovery is the key. Of course, cannot afford to be finding chain misses throughout this map, but for now, it's just going to be a small lead to mrekk.
Now, that said, that lead can balloon if Chicony's finding chain misses like that. mrekk's going to continue to take it away. You see the 99% accuracy, you see the full combo, the 100k line. About double Chicony's score right now, and another break right there doesn't even inspire much confidence.
Yeah, and usually on these longer, more consistent maps, you expect the accuracy to stabilize as the map recovers, but has not really been the case for Chicony so far as he continues to find misses. And I will say, on these kind of borderline alt maps where you can either alt or single tap, it is significantly harder to get the accuracy if you're alternating, and this is just not the map for Chicony. He's not been able to build up any combo whatsoever, and yeah, things aren't looking good.
Yeah, mrekk finally finding a break. Chicony does not have the combo to fight it. Yeah, but there's a chain miss right there, losing some accuracy and a little more combo. That was a bit of a weird one from mrekk.
It was. Chicony does still have a lot of time to make a comeback in this map, but right now the combo advantage is not there. We're going to see multiple further misses from mrekk. And we just see mrekk continue to drop accuracy, and there's another miss from Chicony. Halfway point of the map now, continues to drop, and 100,000 point difference. I think this is probably just going to be the match.
I think so. Chicony just having so much trouble on this map, so much trouble on hidden in general. Even a break from mrekk, just not enough. There's another one right there, but I just think it's too late. mrekk would have to completely fall apart for Chicony to take this back.
Yep. Somebody go unplug mrekk's PC. Can you keep the match going?
The funniest thing ever. That would be the funniest thing ever. Not that I'm saying it should be done, but it's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, it would be a shame if Chicony just, let someone else play for a bit, flew down to Australia, unplugged the PC real quick.
So true. I mean, he has time to get down to Australia. This is a longer map.
I think so. 3 minutes and 30 seconds? Australia shouldn't be that far away, surely.
I don't think so, but I also don't think he's handed over the computer quite yet.
And yeah, that's going to be a 6-2 win for mrekk, and he is going to be moving on to the next round of Corsace Closed in the winner's bracket, where he will play Kriller.
And of course, Kriller will be on today's Full Circle.
We are going to be having the Full Circle podcast episode in about 30 minutes time. So if you guys are interested, stick around for that. We're going to start off with 3WC match analysis and predictions, followed by Corsace Closed match analysis and predictions. And finally, we are going to have an interview with Kriller, who's just coming off a big win today. That interview will most likely be around 2030 to 2045 UTC. So if you guys are only interested in the interview, feel free to join into the stream around 2030 UTC as well. With that being said, I think that is going to be it for us. Thank you so much, Miles, Chicony, for commentating with me today. I have been iFlame, and we hope to all see you back shortly.
Of course, we will be going offline first. Just stick around right here on youtube.com/Corsace. and we'll be right back for Full Circle.